Quick question. How many Hallmark romances do you think actually turned into real-life love stories? Because the answer may surprise you. Because I've been watching everything, and a lot of these surprised me. Today we're breaking down 15 Hallmark stars who are married or dating in real life. And some of these couples didn't just fall in love, they met on the set, kept it secret for years, and now have Hallmark babies on the way. And stick around, because one of the most talked about couples on this list, they may or they may not be married, and Hallmark fans, we just can't agree. We have to start with When Calls the Heart, because honestly, whatever is in the water in Hope Valley, it is working. We are officially in the middle of a Hallmark baby boom, and it starts with not one, not two, but 3 couples from the same show. And fair warning, one of these love stories includes a secret wedding that fans only discovered because someone noticed a ring. So let's head to Hope Valley, because this is where the real-life Hallmark magic begins. First up is our dashing Mountie Nathan Grant and the spirited Fiona Miller. Kevin McGarry and Kayla Wallace met when they joined When Calls the Heart in season 6 back in 2019. The two worked alongside each other for 5 seasons until Kayla left after season 10 in 2023 to star in Landmen. Before that though, they gave us 2 movies together, Feeling Butterflies, which was pretty cute, and My Grown-Up Christmas List, which, you know what, we can talk about that another time. There are some issues there. Later that same year though, they got engaged, and then in 2024, during a public event, a fan noticed McGarry wearing a ring and asked, "Hey, is that a prop?" That's when Kevin casually confirmed that he and Kayla had indeed tied the knot. And just to keep Hope Valley fully booked, they announced last November that they're also expecting a baby boy later this year. Next is the news that genuinely broke the internet. Erin Krakow, our beloved Elizabeth Thornton, married Ben Rosenbaum, who plays the endlessly likable Mike Hickman. They met all the way back in season 1, and while their characters have never had a romantic storyline, fans have been speculating for years about the two of them. In February 2024, they finally confirmed that they were dating, and by June of 2025, they were married. And yes, just like their co-stars, they've also confirmed they're expecting their first child. And here's a little tidbit that you may not remember. Ben was also in the classic It Was Always You. Rounding out the trio is Lucas Bouchard, himself Chris McNally. Unlike the others, Chris didn't meet his partner on the set of When Calls the Heart. Instead, he met Julie Gonzalo while they were filming The Sweetest Heart in 2017. Rumors started about the two of them not long after, and then in 2023 they starred again in 3-bed, 2-bath, and 1 ghost. They've always been extremely private. Some say that they were married in a small ceremony, while others simply say they are just in a committed relationship. What we do know is that they welcomed a daughter in 2022 and they're expecting again. However you label it, Hope Valley claims another win. Another When Calls the Heart alum is John Reardon. He was in only 2 episodes way back in season 1, but in real life, he's married to Meghan, who spent 6 seasons on Chesapeake Shores. They've been married since 2008, and they share 3 kids together. They didn't meet on a Hallmark set. They met while co-starring in Merlin's Apprentice, and then it wasn't until 2024 that they finally starred in the very underrated Believe in Christmas. And now that John isn't on Hudson and Rex anymore following his successful cancer treatment, I can't help thinking, wouldn't it be perfect to see the two of them lead in a new Hallmark mystery? Like Hallmark, the setup is right there. I can't make it any easier for you. Now you may be wondering, do you have to be on the set of When Calls the Heart to find love with another Hallmark star? Well, fortunately, the answer is nope. Hallmark sets seem to have plenty of love to go around. Just look at Kate Cassidy and Stephen Huszar, who met while filming A Royal Christmas Crush in 2023. And unlike other couples on this list, they did not keep fans from guessing for long. Katie was pretty open on social media in the months that followed. While they haven't announced an engagement yet, Both have hinted that it feels like a real possibility in the not-so-distant future. From Hallmark's newer couple, let's jump back to a pair that's been solid for a long time. Patti Murin and Colin Donnell, who have been married since 2015. These two are the definition of let's work together and be great at it. They act together, they perform on Broadway together, and yes, sometimes they even sing together. And I'm not talking sing in the shower together, but record albums sing together. Hallmark-wise, they did show up in To Catch a Spy as well as Love on Iceland. And honestly, we need them back together. Pair them up and let banter do its thing. If their social media is any indication, they're equal parts adorable and genuinely funny together without having to try too hard. They would be a great couple. Now, it feels like every Hallmark actress has dumped Peter Benson in a movie at some point. But in real life, he's been married to Julia Benson since 2008. Since then, they've popped up in a ton of Hallmark projects together, including several Aurora Teagarden movies, Perfect Harmony, and a couple more. But I have to say the best was Seasoned with Love in 2021. Hallmark usually uses them as reliable supporting players, so seeing them get a true lead pairing, it felt like a sweet move, and honestly, it paid off. Now, Sarah Power and Peter Mooney may never have appeared in the same Hallmark movie together, but they have each been part of two of Hallmark's strongest series, and that's what makes this pairing so fun. Sarah was the delightfully unpredictable Abigail on Good Witch for 72 episodes. She had that rare ability to play a troublemaker without ever making her character annoying or unlikable, and that's a lot harder to do than it looks. And Peter, of course, is Sam in Mistletoe Murders, which, and let's be honest, it has been one of the most interesting swings by Hallmark that they have ever done. The two have been married since 2017 and share a daughter together. A Merrywick witch and Fletcher Grove's chief detective under one roof? Now that is what you call a Hallmark power couple. And I wanted Hallmark to cast her as Sam's ex on Mistletoe, but since that didn't happen, can we please cast them in something together just once? Since we're already talking Good Witch and Mistletoe Murders, we have to go into Catherine Bell. Kat met her husband Ray Galletti while filming My XX, which they ironically played characters in a very un-Hallmarky relationship. They married in 2017 and have 2 kids together, and they're adorably known as Team Barelli if you follow them on social. Kat is often the lead in her Hallmark projects, while Ray tends to be one of those actors who you instantly recognize, even if you can't quite place the name. They did get the chance to appear together in Shifting Gears in 2024, though Ray did have to enjoy the treat of watching Kat kiss Hallmark's most passionate kisser, Tyler Hynes, at the end of the movie. That's commitment, folks. And who starred with Kat in The Christmas Baby? Liebert, of course. Ellie and Donia Kash first made things public when they stepped onto the red carpet together at the GLAAD Media Awards in 2023. Reports suggest they may have been dating a few years earlier, but either way, since 2024, they've been a lot more open, sharing photos together pretty regularly. And what makes this couple especially fun for Hallmark fans is that Ellie isn't just a beloved on-screen presence, she's also become one of Hallmark's most trusted directors. She even directed Donia in The Holiday Sitter, which is a cool full circle moment. Donia is also a big part of Hallmark's modern era, being the first non-binary actor starring in The Secrets of Bella Vista. But I'm not going to lie, my favorite role of Donia is Jax in Hearts in the Game. And for talking about Hallmark mainstays who feel like they've been around forever, we have to talk about Rebecca Staab. While not technically married, Rebecca and William deVry have been a committed couple for more than 15 years. Some people just don't need the paperwork to validate their relationship. Rebecca has truly been in everything, from Chronicle Mysteries to Christmas by Starlight to this year's really lovely The Christmas Baby with Ellie and Kat. She's one of those actors where the moment she shows up, you just instantly feel like you're in good hands. William, of course, is best known for his 650 plus episodes on General Hospital, but Hallmark fans will also remember him rolling down the rapids in A Whitewater Romance. Now, Jocelyn, Hudon, and Jake Manley are one of those couples who feel like they just walk straight out of a Hallmark script. The real life meet cute is refreshingly cute. Jocelyn has shared many times that they were sharing a ride to their mutual agent's summer party, and that was it. They've just been together ever since. They did eventually star in a rom-com together, Love in the Maldives, and honestly, that movie isn't the best Hallmark has ever done. The scenery was gorgeous, but the story was trite, and their on-screen chemistry was surprisingly just meh. They also weren't in any rush to get married. The two dated for years before they finally got engaged, and then they just eloped to Las Vegas in 2021, which somehow just feels exactly right for the two of them. Speaking of real life lining up with Hallmark plots, Stephanie Bennett was filming her first starring role for Hallmark wedding season while she was also planning her own wedding. She and Sebastian Gacki had actually married in a private ceremony the year before, but in 2023 they chose to celebrate it more publicly. And if you've watched the wedding season, it adds a little extra layer knowing she was living some version of that energy in real time. Sebastian hasn't headlined a Hallmark movie, but he has been in quite a few, including some of the very favorites, Wedding Every Weekend and Time for You to Come Home for Christmas. Alvina August and Marco Grazzini are another Hallmark couple where the details depend a little bit on who you ask. Some reports say they're married, others say they're not. What is clear is that they're a committed couple and they share one adorable kid together. The two didn't meet on a Hallmark set. They met when Marco slid right into Alvina's DMs. And it's not exactly the Hallmark meet and cute, but apparently it worked. Hallmark mystery fans will recognize Alvina from her appearances in the Haley Dean mysteries, while Marco has become a favorite in the Sleuthers thanks to Haunted Harmony. However you label it, this is another case where Hallmark talent found something real, just not quite the way the Hallmark movies usually would write it. And the final couple on this list proves you don't even have to be in front of the camera to find love at Hallmark. Hunter King and Chris Copier are a little different from most of the couples on this list because Hunter is an on-screen star while Chris, he works behind the scenes. They've kept things fairly private, but fans got to see a real glimpse of their relationship when Hunter included moments of Chris in her end-of-the-year Instagram posts at the end of 2023, and they occasionally will share pictures of the two of them. The two first met on the set of a non-Hallmark movie, Give Me Your Eyes, in early 2022. Hunter starred in the film and Copier served as the assistant director. They also did get a chance to work in Hallmark together in Holiday Touchdown, A Chief's Love Story. As of now, they haven't announced a wedding date, but they've been clearly building something real Hallmark style, just mostly off screen. So there you have it, 15 couples where Hallmark romance didn't stop when the cameras did. Now we need to know, which couple surprised you the most? Were there any on here where you just didn't know about? Or were you pretty much like, old news, I knew all of these? And if you love Hallmark as much as I do, you'll want to watch the next video where I rank the 15 best Hallmark actresses heading into 2026 because my number one pick, let's just say not everyone agrees. Until next time, happy Hallmark. This podcast was created by fans for fans and is not affiliated with or sponsored by Hallmark or the Hallmark Channel.